Welcome back, fight fans. Devin Haney is stepping back into the ring, but let's not pretend this is just another fight. After the absolute chaos of his last bout against Ryan Garcia, where he got dropped multiple times before the whole thing was declared a no contest due to Garcia's failed drug test, Haney now faces Jose Ramirez in what could be the most defining moment of his career. And let's be clear, if Haney doesn't pull off a victory, the highly anticipated rematch with Garcia might never happen. The stakes couldn't be higher. Ramirez, a former unified world champion, isn't just showing up to be a stepping stone. He sees this as his golden ticket back to the top, and Haney, whether he likes it or not, is in a vulnerable position. The fight is set to go down in Times Square, New York City, with both Haney and Garcia appearing on the same card. It's all perfectly set up to fuel the drama. Two bitter rivals fighting different opponents on the same night, with their potential rematch looming in the background. But what if everything falls apart? What if Ramirez spoils the party by taking Haney down? This fight isn't a gimme for Haney. In fact, plenty of boxing insiders believe Ramirez is walking in with the upper hand. The biggest concern? Haney's mental and physical state. He was utterly battered by Garcia in their first fight, knocked down repeatedly and forced to sit on the sidelines for over a year. That's a long time to be out of the ring, and if Haney thinks he can just shake off the damage and pick up where he left off, he might be in for a rude awakening. Meanwhile, Garcia is taking on Rolando "Rolly" Romero in what is arguably a much safer fight. Romero, once the WBA light welterweight champion, has taken serious damage in the past couple of years. Knocked out by Isaac Cruz and previously dismantled by Gervonta Davis, many believe his ability to take a punch is gone. That gives Garcia a relatively easy path back to another high-profile fight, while Haney is gambling everything against Ramirez. The risk-reward balance here is wildly uneven, and it raises the question: why did Haney take such a dangerous fight when he didn't have to? Ramirez, despite coming off a loss to Arnold Barboza, is a seasoned fighter with real power, durability, and experience at 140 pounds. Unlike Haney, who hasn't fought at this weight class once, Ramirez has spent his entire career here. He knows how to handle bigger, stronger opponents, and he's got nothing to lose. A win against Haney would instantly throw him back into the title contention, making him a dangerous, motivated opponent. Haney, on the other hand, is stepping into this fight with enormous pressure. Loss here would be catastrophic. Not only would it likely kill the Garcia rematch, but would also send his career into a downward spiral. His aura of invincibility was already shattered in his last fight, and a second defeat would confirm that the Haney hype train has officially derailed. His choice to sit out for 13 months instead of taking a tune-up fight only adds to the concerns. Before his loss to Garcia, Haney was active, constantly taking on new challenges. Now, after a long layoff and with serious doubts about his durability, he's walking straight into a war with a proven fighter. While Haney's technical skills and youth are undeniable, the biggest question is his mental state. The Garcia fight exposed flaws in his game that were never there before. His defense, once seen as elite, looks shaky under pressure. His chin, previously untested at this level, proved to be a serious liability. And more importantly, his ability to bounce back from adversity remains uncertain. A year out of the ring might have given him time to recover, but has it done anything to rebuild his confidence? If Ramirez starts landing early, will Haney be able to keep his composure, or will the ghost of his last fight come rushing back? Adding to the chaos is the brewing drama around the Garcia-Haney rematch. While it seems like the natural next step, Garcia's promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, has already hinted that the fight might never happen. According to him, Ramirez is going to derail Haney so badly that there won't be any rematch to discuss. That's a bold statement, but it speaks to the level of uncertainty surrounding this fight. Nothing is guaranteed, and if Haney fails to deliver, the entire trajectory of his career could shift in an instant. At the same time, there's a growing sense of skepticism around Ryan Garcia's future as well. His fight against Romero is expected to be a showcase win, but if he struggles, or worse, gets caught, his own stock could take a hit. While most believe Garcia will come out victorious, it's worth noting that Rolly is an unpredictable fighter with knockout power. If Garcia underestimates him, the entire rematch narrative could be flipped on its head. But if we take a look from a boxing point of view, Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez have differing skill sets, which should make their upcoming fight an interesting clash of styles. Haney has elite boxing and fights with a level of technical panache that is rarely matched in the division. His footwork is fluid, his jab is among the sport's best, and his defensive awareness allows him to slip and counter easily. At his best, he controls distance, dictates pace, and has opponents swinging at air while landing crisp, accurate punches on them. He's disciplined, never takes unnecessary risks, and is excellent at making fighters fight on his terms. Yet that same discipline is also a double-edged sword. Haney isn't necessarily renowned for his knockout power, so he has to outpoint his opponents more than stop them. Versus an aggressive pressure fighter in Ramirez, that could be a problem. If he's unable to keep Ramirez off of him, his tendency to clinch and thereby slow the fight down might not be enough to negate the perpetual pressure coming forward. Ramirez, on the other hand, thrives on relentless pressure. He's a volume puncher, durable, and loves to break opponents down with body shots. His experience at 140 pounds, where he has fought and beaten some of the best, gives him a physical edge. Unlike Haney, he's comfortable in the trenches, willing to take a punch to land his own. But his defense isn't airtight, and he struggles against slick boxers who can move and counter, something Haney specializes in. Ultimately, this night in Times Square is about to be more than just two separate fights. It's about the future of the division. If Haney wins, he gets his shot at redemption against Garcia, and boxing fans will get the rematch they've been waiting for. If he loses, everything changes. Ramirez would skyrocket back into the mix. Garcia might have to look elsewhere for his next big fight, and Haney could find himself struggling to stay relevant in a suddenly unforgiving weight class. With all these factors in play, one thing is certain. Haney is taking the biggest gamble of his career. If he wins, he proves his doubters wrong and sets himself up for another massive payday. But if he loses, the entire narrative around him shifts. Once seen as one of boxing's brightest stars, he could quickly find himself in the what could have been category. The pressure is immense, and only time will tell if Haney can handle it. As fight night approaches, the questions continue to mount. Will Haney show up at his best, or is he walking into a nightmare? Is Ramirez truly being underestimated, or is this just another stepping stone for Haney's redemption? And perhaps, most importantly, if everything goes wrong, what happens next for Devin Haney? The questions will come on May 2nd, and for better or worse, the landscape of boxing will never be the same after that night. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, fight fans.